Hi guys, Captain Paladin LP here, and welcome to another edition of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we completed a Poe hunting quest, and boy, am I glad to be done with that. And in this episode here, we are going to do the Biggron's sword quest. And since we have Koryo, as I know how it's pronounced in Japan, we will go visit the little punk dude that's here in the Lost Woods, just sitting around doing nothing. So, just get up and on position, because we're going to need to be a little bit fast in this portion of the quest here, but because a lot of this is time related, so if you remember, if you're a first time player, you might know about it. If not, then this is what I'll give you a little procedure here, just to help make things a little faster. But now we go to the Lost Woods. I am back from a few days of not recording, but I'm actually glad I hadn't been, because I have been really tired and exhausted late, and been staying up real late. I really shouldn't, but let's whip out Koryo. As you know may well, Japan, Koryo, why? Normally only a nice guy like me can tame you, which means you must be a nice guy. You must be. Please, Mr. Nice Guy, please. Deliver this stuff to the old hag in the potion shop in Kakariko Village. This will disappear if you take too long, so you gotta hurry. And you got an odd mushroom. Fresh mushroom. So you have to go to Kakariko Potion Shop, where behind the potion shop that's there already. And as I was about to mention, in Japan, the letter J is pronounced as H. So if you want, or if it is the other way around. Yeah, J is pronounced as H in Japanese, or in some languages. I think in Spanish it's done like that. I think it's, you know, instead of ha 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 in as we, you know, as in English, it's pronounced ja 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 ja, which is, you know, pronounced with a J, used in a J. So J's are pronounced as H's in Spanish. That's what I was about to say. Okay. Given that this is a, you know, Nintendo's a Japanese, you know, company, you know, go figure. Oh, this is not a time to get caught up there, Pona. Come on now. That's where you don't turn well, that's for sure. Get off. We only got a minute 58, but I think we can probably make it in time, because we just got it to make this delivery in Kakariko Village. I've actually been okay, folks, and just had a job interview recently, and was kind of prepping for that. That's why I haven't really posted much of anything in the last few days. Sort of like been wanting to do more episodes, but of course my job comes first, and my career and my future. And of course, in this potion shop, there's a back door you can see right through there. And you just gotta jump down here. And you gotta go into this route right back here. And this is another extension of the potion shop. Sometimes you just can't lock on. You gotta speak to her first. She knows that you have a mushroom. That bum, he had to go into the forest. I see. Give it to me now? Yeah. Well, that bum looked like he didn't have anything to eat for a long time. Might be sick, but whatever. If you see that fool, give this to him. It's the strongest medicine I have ever produced. However, this potion will not work on a monster. I don't know why I sound like Jimmy Durante for the old hag, but you receive the odd potion. You don't know what's going on between this lady and that guy, but take it to Lost Woods. Okay, will do. They say there is no medicine that can cure a field full. I guess that's true. And ultimate potion. How about 100 rupees? Yes. I always go for these blue potions. Those will help you. But it's always helpful that you can always have a Fury just in case as a, backup there. But now we got another blue potion. Alright, 2. Now, even though the blue potions are worth a lot, they are still worth the money. I mean, they're worth every dime of it, but... And we go throughout here, because we're not going to be doing anything else except this quest, and since this odd medicine will not spoil, we can take our time. Take our time, I'm not going to waste your time on anything. But a lot of this side quest is just a lot of back and forth between, certain places, and given that, I'll show you here in just a minute how helpful those magic beans actually helped. You'll see here in just a moment. You just gotta, let's go on back to Kakariko Village. Normally I would cut out here, but I think I just want to talk for a while. I haven't really spoken a lot about anything in the last couple of, episodes, but... Well, I think, as you may know, my last episode, Top Gear 2, had a lot to say about austerity and poverty and all that stuff. Well, given that these are hard times here in this game, you got one evil king that's a dictator and wants nothing but power, well, he's got it. Everyone else is trying to make ends meet and such like that, just barely. But we gotta get ourselves aligned, because the next item up for bids... No, actually the next item won't be that bad, because we just gotta go through here. We gotta go back up to the Lost Woods again. And we gotta go up here. But I feel like I had a lot to say in that last episode, Top Gear 2. It was just... I think it is important to me, because even though I'm, just barely getting by as it is, well, look at what we got here. We got this little girl I hadn't seen in a long time. That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes to the forest will be lost. Everybody will become a Stalfos. Everybody's Stalfos, so he's not here anymore. I'll tell you the legend behind that in just a moment here. That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will be lost. Everybody become a Stalfos. Everyone Stalfos, so he's not here anymore. Only his saw is left. Hee hee. That medicine is made from forest mushrooms. Give it back. Might as well, because we have no use for it. And we got the odd poacher saw. That punk guy that's left behind. Are you going to beat 2? Now, miter saw, that will be the clue. Now we gotta kind of take a step out here. The girl's there. Now a Skull Kid is there. Now, just to be rather frank, that Skull Kid will attack you if you get near it. So, if you approach it, you better defend yourself, because he will attack you. And normally you can kill him for some rupees, but why kill the Skull Children, if you know what I'm saying? I mean, really. I think that's a little bit, against the Geneva Convention, but whatever. But now, since we got this miter saw, we gotta find a carpenter, and we know what the carpenters are at. Remember, if those of you who've played before, the carpenters are all at Gerudo Valley. So that is where we're going next. Forgive me for making that, because this sounds a Dora to Explore episode, but whatever. But that's where we're going next, is Gerudo Valley. But now back to my original... Oh, yes. Yeah, I had a lot to say about poverty and stuff. It's just, you know, I talked to this one guy who's a, you know, I don't really let me just put it to you this way. I really don't believe anyone who speaks out against what's the one of my word? I don't think anybody really wants people to be that poor, but I don't care for people who don't understand the complexity of poverty. And now we just gotta speed up and jump over this bridge. You can actually do that. It's very easy. And I think when we get to, you know, encounter Gerudos, I'll explain more on that, but I'm just saying, we gotta return this. Now we gotta return this miter saw to this guy. I am the master craftsman. These Gerudo thieves broke into that bridge. I want to fix them all, but my workers are gone. Gone, I say. I say working as carpenters isn't cool, and they went to Gerudo's Forest to become thieves. The Daughters of Anarchy, whatever. Hey, you, if you're going to the fortress, would you mind finding what happened to my workers are doing over there? Well, that is really not my problem yet, but we'll see later. Hey, that's my saw! It's mine! But I thought I left the saw with my old lady. Oh, well. My Biggron tool broke, so I was going to Goron City to get it repaired, and you're coming here is great timing. Would you give me my saw? Good kid, thanks. I'm sorry I can't give you something as good in return, but take this anyway. And we got a broken Goron sword, and we gotta find Biggron, who is definitely in Goron City, but not where you actually think it is, but now we just gotta go back to this bridge, and we'll go back to Goron City right now. And I already got that golden skull Tullus, so really don't need to be here for anything. And I gotta get this right. This is the one part of this. I hate that plank walking. But back to what my original thought was as we continue. I really don't believe, you know, you know, I don't have anything against rich people. I mean, it's a dream that I've always had, to be rich. And be having a nice place. But I get tired when this issue becomes a means to an end. I mean, I think anyone would. And that's what I said when I said about austerity back in the Top Gear 2 episode, in episode 7. You know, about Greece. That's where I have issues with people who blame poor people just because it's a rich person's means to an end. That's where I have problems. And I talked to a few people who, are business owners, who has families and such like that. However, it's sort of like, that damn tech tights. Ugh. You interrupt my conversation. There's another one over here. I get tired when poverty becomes a means to an end. Because I just don't believe the Republicans, and I'll say this about the Republicans. I don't think they really believe poor people are the problem in society, because that's the rhetoric they use. I'm gonna take this leaf pad up here. And notice the volcano will be starting erupting here in just a moment, like that. So, we gotta avoid it. Falling rock. You see those signs everywhere in North Carolina or in the Great Smoky Mountains or probably any mountain region. Watch for falling rock and be careful as you approach. You can hear a tektite jumping up top there. Yeah, you gotta watch out because of the damn volcano. If you're not close enough to the wall, it's gonna keep erupting. So let's just kind of work our way over here onto the top. But yeah, that's how I feel about this whole issue about poverty. I mean, it becomes wrong when it's a means to an end. And I think I'll explain it more when we get to the Gerudos, because this is what I think sort of highlights a point I have. They kind of highlight a point. And this guy was squinting his eyes a little bit. What the hell happened here? My brother opened a new store. It's Biggron's blade store. However, I'm better at making blades. Healing carpenters plays for my skills. I'm not lying. I gotta show him the Biggron's broken sword. That broken knife is surely my work. If you really want to repair it, but because of yesterday's eruption, my eyes are irritated. There are fine eye drops in Zora's domain. You'll find them if you go King Zora. Please get the eye drops. Okay. And we got the prescription. That is why I did Ice Cavern. And down the hatch. Woo. Yeah, that is why I did Ice Cavern. Because, you know, is because I wanted King Zora to help me with his prescription to get Biggron's sword, and you're going to need King Zora's help. And so that's you'll see. I think in a couple episodes you'll understand why I did Ice Cavern for early. Because now we're going to go back to Zora's River. The Dodongo's cave, we'll be doing that again. We'll be visiting there again next episode before we do Water Temple. Because there's a few golden skulltulas we need to get in there, and then I want to make some progress on the golden skulltula front too. Okay, this is all a large side quest here. I mean, you couldn't believe how much time. Oh, I'm coming up already on 20 minutes, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this a nice long episode because I have a lot to say today. And you're going to listen. Alright, whatever. I'm just kidding. I really appreciate guys watching my LPs. I really appreciate it. I just have a few beefs I have with, life, and it's just I just don't like being an end to someone else's means, Nobody would. Not even. I mean, when you're being bullied in your life, you're basically an end to someone else's means. Because you're basically a victim of someone else's entertainment. That's what bullying is all about. And, I'm really glad that, schools are starting an anti-bullying campaign, which is, I think is nice. I wish I had more of that when I was a kid, but now we're going to Zora's River, and then we're going to go back to Zora's domain. And check. Sorry, I had to get a drink there. And we're going to use our Federal Express. Trying to pick up some rupees here and some arrows. Kind of short change on arrows here. Don't need much magic. I kind of heard some complaints I've heard about the Water Temple. Now we're going to shift subjects. Yes, I know. The Water Temple. I have heard a lot of comments about the Water Temple, which we'll be doing next for sure. And I really don't think it's that bad of a temple. But given how long it is, you know, I wouldn't put it past it that put it past anyone. No one would like it. I mean, I've talked to some of my friends on Twitter, and especially on the Master Quest, I've heard a lot of people say they rage quit a lot on the Master Quest version. Here's what I think about the Master Quest version, and kind of like, I don't know if you want to follow me on this one or not, but I'll let you decide. The Master Quest version, the developer's intention with that Master Quest, it's almost like the Master Quest version of Zelda 1. They are there, it is the purpose of them to actually pick your mind a little bit. And there you can see the king himself. And my controls are freezing. Why is my control is freezing? Yawn, stretch. Ugh.
Oh, this milk. I drops.
My controls are freezing like crazy. I don't know why.
We might say we have them, we might say we don't. But we do have the ingredients. If you take the ingredients to the doctor at Lake's laboratory, he can make the drops for you.
My girlfriend keeps talking to me. Leave me alone, please. I'm doing this episode.
But you need to deliver them fresh. Can you make it before they spoil? Well, we better.
And you got the prescription receiver eyeball frog, and you got 3 minutes to race from Lake Hylia, or Zora's fountain, or Zora's domain, to Lake Hylia, and you cannot use a warp of any kind. That will be they will clock that, you know, timer down to 0 if you do. So you got to do this by foot. So let's go ahead and get on our way here. Down here, might as well click our way. But yes, the Water Temple. Yeah, I don't have many problems with the Water Temple. I normally don't. Damn you bastard. Ugh. These Octrox can be really pains in the asses. Pardon my... Sorry about that, but I like to use it occasional. But, yeah, the Water Temple... Well, I don't know how to say it without, you know... Because really we're going to be doing that next, but... It is complicated. It is long. I don't know what is worse. Probably the Master Quest version. The Master Quest is designed to pick your brain and see if you can unlearn anything from the original Ocarina of Time. I don't know if you remember what Yoda said about, you know, Luke Skywalker about unlearning what you have learned. that is the purpose of what this Master Quest is all about. And given that you have learned how to do the original temple, it can be a little bit more to say, I guess, than anything in real life. Once you have learned something, you kind of want to stay with it. And it's unlearning what you've learned in the temple. You're so used to playing one way, and now you have to do things a different way. Oh, here's this guy again. Oh, didn't do it right. Shoot.
Wow! I haven't seen an eyeball frog since the Zora's demand froze over. These eyeballs are so delicious. Tonight I will cook fried eyeballs for the first time in a long time. Such great stuff. Please thank King Zora. What? These are for making Biggron's eye drops? Oh, how disappointing. You should have said so in the first place. Me wants your brain.
Sorry, folks.
Here it is. This medicine doesn't have any preservatives in it, so it won't last long at this temperature. Run as fast as you can to Death Mountain. You're young, you can do it.
And we got the eye drops. And this will take 4 minutes. So now you know why we have Epina. Now you know why we have those leaf pads. Or I call them leaf pads, but now you know why they put them there. But yeah, we got 4 minutes. You can't take any shortcuts, of course. So you gotta run, run, run. I don't know what kind of creepy voice I just did, but... So yeah, next, we will be doing the Netwater Temple next. And I guess, it's basically a skill. I guess they're trying to teach people. Yes, you have played a dungeon a certain way. If those of you who played Zelda 1, you would know what I'm talking about, because those dungeons are in the Master Quest are not exactly the same as the first one. I mean, they all are always wanting to challenge you, and I think even though the Master Quest was not exactly the Master Quest for Ocarina of Time was originally for they didn't really publish this for the general public until later. I just went and bought $20 worth of it. So, because I saw it and I wanted to buy it, and it came like in, well, the first for the GameCube, I don't think it's on any other game console except for the GameCube. So, I mean, but we gotta go up Death Mountain, and the best way to get through it is go up the trail. Go to the leaf pad near Dodongo's Cavern and just get by this Tektite. You're not going to waste my time. We already got 2 minutes left. So yeah, I mean, and we'll be doing this LP as soon as I am done with the first run here. Be doing dungeons only, but I will be getting all the heart pieces and stuff because I was just practicing it once already, and some of the boss fights I had to fight again, it took me a lot of stamina to get through it. And you gotta get through this. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. And watch for the Tektite and you get rid of these spiders. I don't know who came up with the idea with this Tektite. I don't mind doing this, but jeez, the Tektite was a bit much. let's see if I can read. No, I don't think I can. Oh, yeah, I got it. They call me a sharpshooter for nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of like Leroy Jethro Gibbs from NCIS. He was even though he's a special agent for NCIS, he used to be a sniper. And we got this. And he is going to start moaning and growing with 38 seconds to spare. You brought the eye drops. I'm so relieved. I would be too. And then you hear the eye drops from that far away. Wow. Wow! This is stimulating. It's working great. Now I can get back to my blade business. My work is not very consistent, so I'll give you this so you won't forget. After a few days, please return. Wait just patiently. And you got a claim check. Now, given that you have to wait 3 days, you can spam it by playing the Song of Time, or not Song of Time, but play the Sun Song. You know, the sun must go up and down for 3 days, so let's go ahead and you have to play it 6 times just to get through. And it probably will get a little boring because you have to go and get it right here. Yep, this is going to end up being a long episode, but I tell you the truth, it's well worth it. Because this quest is, this side quest can take a while. Alright, so 1 day has passed. And we gotta play it one more time. Now 2 days have passed. And gotta do it one more time. I know it gets boring, but I spam it, but you know what, I think it's well worth doing, because I recommend having this for the next boss, for the boss of the Water Temple. I mean, that's what I recommend. So now that 3 days have passed, you gotta talk to this big guy again. This time his eyes aren't as irritated. I made this trade for claim check. That sword is my finest work. And we got Biggron's sword now. I tell you, I of course didn't show you a Megagon, but you know what? It ain't worth the 200 rupees. Ouch, that hurt. But we're gonna get it out of here. I think we're gonna go ahead and go to Dodongo's Cavern. We're gonna end the episode there because in the next episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we are going to pick up a few golden skulltulas we have yet to pick up in Dodongo's Cavern. And mind you, these are the ones that took a little extra effort. I think there's only 2 left. So that's what we'll be doing. And also in the next episode, we will start the Water Temple. So we're going to watch. Remember, folks, rolling rocks have the right of way. That does include Gorons, I must say. Okay. Well, they always have a little right of way, but anyway. But I think we're going to end it here. So take care, everyone. This is Captain Paladin LP here. And have a good night, folks. See you at Dodongo's Cavern.